What is the one goal where if you achieved it this year, it would be like, oh my God, this is the best year of my life?
But what do you really, like, is there a deeper why? Because if there's a deeper why, I think you have a lot more necessity to succeed. I think you'll go way more out of your comfort zone. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another very special, as always, episode of Next Level University, where we teach you how to level up your life, your love, your health, and your wealth. Classic. Today, for episode number 507, we are going to ask you a simple question and tell you a story about why we're asking you it. Why and what are you working so hard for? Like, what are you really, really working hard for? It's probably not the results you think it is. It's probably something deeper. Also, we hope you enjoyed our latest episode where we sat down with you one and only Johanna Annunziata, a local teacher who is changing the world one student at a time. And we also hope you had a great weekend.
All right, the avatar is up.
Okay.
And that will just go away, right? Okay.
Oh, yeah.
All right, so let's provide some context. When Kevin just mentioned that the reason why you're doing what you're doing is probably something deeper than just seeing the result. The context of this was, what was it, last Sunday? Not this past Sunday, but the Sunday before. Taryn, Emilia, and Amy kind of got together and created a 500-episode celebration for us, which was honestly, between you and I, Kev, that was the best day of my life. The most grateful I've ever felt in my entire life. I cried more that day, happy tears, than I ever have. And Emilia and Taryn, again, and Amy, they surprised Kevin and I in the studio, and there was cake, and there was those big heads that you've seen if you've been watching YouTube, basically these cutouts of our heads like blown up, which is hilarious. And they created this little frame of 500 episodes, and there was also a video. And, you know, if you're out there listening, maybe you got reached out to send a video to us, basically of how we've impacted your life. And while Kevin and I were watching the video live of all the different people that basically telling us how we've impacted their life or helped them improve their own life, Kevin and I were getting video recorded while watching it. And we were both crying. And it was just a beautiful, beautiful moment. And it helped deepen the why of why we work so hard and so consistently, and why we, you know, it's interesting because 500 episodes, we've never missed an episode. And on the surface, it might seem like, oh, that might be because they want to be seen as consistent, or they want to be, you know, famous podcasters or whatever, when in reality, it was just a far deeper thing than that. And I think that became very clear to anyone in that room watching us cry. That's what I play for, and I know that's what you play for too. At the end of the day, all the shiny stuff is great, but at the end of the day, the real reason we started and continued is the impact that we're having on the listeners' lives. It's truly unbelievable.
And it's so important to check back in with your why. Right. Like, what are you really working so hard for? So we went outside so we could take some socially distanced pictures. Right. And I was with Tom. Shout out to Tom. And he said, what was that like for you upstairs? Because Tom loves asking questions. Tom, you should have a podcast. I already told you that. And I was like, interesting. Like, let me think about it for a second. And I said, honestly, it made me realize that I'm having way more of an impact than I thought I was, even though I know I'm having... You can look at the numbers. Like, the numbers are there. That's fine. That's one thing. But seeing somebody send you a message, or seeing somebody, you know, in the video saying like, oh, you changed my life, you did this, and like me knowing a lot of those people personally, or maybe have worked with them, and then Matt sent us this video, and it's like, for me, it made me really go back to like, this is it. Like, this is what matters. The people that came up to us after our speeches, the kids at Mass Maritime who came up to us, and you didn't want to leave, and I was like, yeah, we really gotta go, man. They need the stage.
Right.
That's what it's about. And maybe for us, again, I think it might, and I don't know because this is the space that we're in, but when I think about it, it's probably a little bit easier for us to get that feedback because we're in the public, where if you started, you know, an Etsy shop at the beginning of the pandemic, maybe you just started it to pay your bills.
Right.
But what do you really, like, is there a deeper why? Because if there's a deeper why, I think you have a lot more necessity to succeed. I think you'll go way more out of your comfort zone than you ever would if it was just for money.
Right.
Right? Again, we didn't make money out of this for years.
Year and a half, 2 years.
Right?
Yeah.
So that wasn't it. That has never been it.
I know.
It's never been it.
Yeah.
So
it was almost despite it.
Right.
You know?
Right. It was like, how do we survive this while being broke?
Right.
So it's that my intention for this episode is for you to check in on your why. Like, why did you start this in the first place? And I've seen the meme, remember why you started, right? But how many people actually reflect or get the opportunity to have reflection brought upon them by other people?
Yeah. That day was, I thought that I checked in with my why. And you and I do a lot of that. Yeah. Like, we're always talking about why, right? That for me deepened. And I remember you said, like, you needed that. I did. It deepened everything. I mean, emotion. What gets you emotional? I could not hold back tears. I cried on almost every single one of those videos. And there was a lot of videos, and I was just crying the entire video. It was like 12 minutes long of, like, just so powerful. And I think that if you've lost sight or maybe don't even know why you started, like if you want to start a business and it's just because you want to be seen as a business owner, it's not going to recruit all of your emotions. It's not going to recruit all of who you are. I remember Evan Carmichael saying basically, money shouldn't be the number one reason you start a business, but it shouldn't be the fifth either. Right. It needs to be important, right? And we've learned that the hard way. But and now money's become so important because money is the lifeblood of the mission. But it really is the mission. It's the being a mentor in your pocket that we desperately would have needed growing up. It's seeing the impact. I mean, DeVazio, Taryn, Brant, Dave, all these different people who put videos in. Thank you so much for anyone who did submit a video. It was truly life-changing. When I was doing fitness coaching back in the day, the very first call, I would basically say, why do you want, what is your dream physique? And we would dial that in. What's the vision? What's a photo? And then why? And the first homework assignment was the 25 whys. Yeah. And I remember T-Mac was a client early on, and he said that was life-changing. Because what you think you want a six-pack, but why do you want a six-pack? Really dig. Like, why? He put down, I want to lead by example for my kids. It's a lot deeper than looking good on the beach. And by the way, if it's just to look good on the beach, it's not going to recruit all of you. It's almost not enough. Yeah. It's not enough.
Yeah. It's interesting. It's interesting, and I think it's always something because we haven't chosen the rest of the episodes for this week yet, so I can't exactly preview it, but I have a couple ideas about like making sure you're crystal clear on what success actually means to you. Right. Because that's the only real way to win. For us, we are winning in a lot of arenas, but if you're focused on the one arena or the two arenas or the, not even the one that you're not winning, say you just don't feel like you're doing super well, right? We haven't had a lot of speeches because of the pandemic. Right. If we're focused on like, oh, we haven't had a ton of speeches, we're losing sight of why we really started this in the first place. Right. And I think we're all guilty of that. I know we are. For sure. And it was our goal to share our experience through the story with you guys so you could really check in with why you do what you do. Because I think that a lot of times your emotion gets tied up into the result or the overwhelm or the fear or getting out of your comfort zone or the not enoughness or whatever it may be that you may forget why you actually started in the first place.
Right. What's one thing to get them to the next level? I know you just said it. Check in.
25 whys. I think that would be a beautiful
That's what
one.
I was thinking too. So figure out what your goal is. What's your number one goal? If you're out there listening, what is the one goal where if you achieved it this year, it would be like, oh my God, this is the best year of my life. Okay. Literally write down 25 reasons why you want to achieve that goal. You're going to uncover your own truth, and it's going to be way beyond what you thought. Because at the end of the day, you want to feel good about yourself. You want to contribute beyond yourself. You want to create a quality of life that's unique to you. It's not just to get the goal. It actually has nothing to do with getting the goal. Yeah. It's beyond that. So
fire.
Cool.
Ladies and gentlemen, if part of your why is starting a podcast, I actually just started with 3 new clients. Two, maybe 3 new clients last week, so things are really rolling. I do podcast coaching, podcast consultation, and then Alan and I have Next Level Podcast Solutions, so we can help you wherever you are. No matter where you are in your podcast, there's always a next level. And if you haven't started yet, that's the first level for you. Reach out, DM me at Never Quit Kid. I would love to help.
I want to help you make more money. So if you're in corporate or an entrepreneur or starting a business or trying to grow a business, I want to help you make more money and help you get to the next level in your business acumen. If you're starting a podcast and trying to turn it into a business, or if you have a business and you want to start a podcast, Kevin and I are the people for you. Reach out, and it's either going to be Kevin and I, or Kevin or I, but one of us can help you, or both of us can. We have a lot of services. Just ask us about our services. Next Level Podcast Solutions is growing quickly, and we have 13 different line items of services that we can provide with a customized price point for every single client. And it's a month-to-month service that it's going to be completely unique to you and your needs. So reach out. Also, every Monday.
Tonight, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we are going to talk about the top 10 things that you should have learned in school but didn't. Every single Monday, we have a live mastermind. A great opportunity for you to get deeper into Next Level Nation. You can see Alan and myself. You can ask us questions. You can meet other like-minded individuals. There's just something different. Of course, it gets repurposed as a podcast, but there's something different about being there. You can watch a concert on YouTube, or you can be at the concert. It's a different, it's a game changer when you're there. Join us, get out of your comfort zone, and we will help you get to the next level. We don't have fans, we have family, and we will see you on the next one.
Talk to you soon.